You need sound?
No.
No?
Is this on? Is it on?
Wait for it.
That's my father, by the way. Okay, so I'm Kim. I'm the father of two. I'm a serial entrepreneur or a serial fuck-upper. You can look at it both ways. So when Magnus contacted me to ask if I want to speak on fuck-up nights, I thought like, oh, what an honor that he created an event just for me. Because I fucked up in so many ways that I don't know what to talk about actually. I have so much things to talk about. I can't stand here for like an hour talk about fuck-ups, but I will try to make it short. So this is my kids, Filippa and Sokrates. Another thing I fucked up, my marriage. So I'm a single parent. But at least I have two great kids. So I want to start with. I don't have one fuck up. I have like several fuck ups, and then you can just choose one of them and ask questions later. So, but I want to start with something I think is it's not about a fuck up. It's more about the situation you're in, because we talk about success and fuck ups, and then it's something in between, which is like the sweet ride or the hard ride. And now I'm starting a weekly, which is like a really, really tough period, but at the same time it's like an amazing period. It's an amazing time. We try to build something. We're getting some traction. And we are just in the tipping point where it can be a fuck up and it can be a great success. So the last, and this moment also, and the last 6 months, 5 months, I'm so fucking broke. I don't know, I had never been so fucking broke. And I communicate this with my kids, especially my oldest daughter, Filippa, which is 6. And I said, like, we need to like take care of what we do. I don't have money, Dad, we can't go to the coffee shop, or we can't go to the restaurant, we can't go to the movies or whatever, because I don't have money now. So we really, really need to think about how we spend the money. And during in December, I was running out of we were getting the kids ready for school and kindergarten and everything, and I saw my daughter like picking up coins on a commode where we in the hallway. Where there were some coins, and it was probably the coins of my roommate, and I was like, we had really bad time. I was so angry, like, why is this kid, my daughter, so superficial, just going around taking the coins and running to hide them? And I was like really angry. Filippa, what are you doing? Like, come on, we need to go out. And what do you have? Because she hid the envelope behind her back, and she didn't want to show me, and I just was so mad, so she showed me, and she said like, it's my Christmas gift to you, Dad, because I don't have money. And I was so fucking heartbroken that I almost ruined my whole week. So anyway, this was my first serious startup, and it was a multi-brand fashion store, and I can promise you one thing, that this guy here, I don't know, I don't think I can see anyone in this room has a bigger ego than this guy here. He just managed to open a fashion store with all the coolest brand, and also he made money on it. And this is my best friend Alex, who owns the store now. Like, the ego level was up here. And that's something with the success. It can very much like put like small fuck-ups on your way to the next thing you're gonna do. And I was contacted by the Glitnir, the Icelandic bank. Probably some of you heard about it. It was the really big fuck up of the financial crisis. And I haven't finished videregående. And they asked like, do you want to? We heard so much great about you. Can you come? And we're gonna start a new department in Ålesund, where I'm from. Can you come? Because we're interested in you. And I was like, just imagine this guy with the biggest ego, like, okay, you probably want me. And I was there and I said, like, I'm not sure I'm interested, but I can talk to you, blah, blah, blah. And they came back and said, we only want you. And Glitnir at that time, everybody had huge money. They all drive a Range Rover. And it was just a new ego boost for me, and like, okay, I can do it. And I said yes in August. I was starting in January, and the finance crisis hit in September. And I was too proud to say no, because I could back out and just continue this sweet life, which is still a really, really great store. But I just continue with Litnir. I thought that I could change the finance crisis in the world with Litnir in Ålesund. But that didn't happen, so it was 4 months of hell, which I quit. But I need to say something that when I was asked to present this, I had some people who asked me to talk about something that I never talk about in public. So we're going to come to that. But this gave me a belief that doing a startup, doing a business, that's so fucking easy. It's really, really easy. So I just was ready to continue to the next one, to the next great success. So I told myself when I was 23 that when I'm 30, if I'm not a fucking millionaire, I'm going to cut off my little finger. So I tattooed a little point around my finger. And it wasn't about being a millionaire. It was something to create what I really, really was proud of. But I only told my wife at the time and my closest friends, and they thought I was fucking mad. I'm probably fucking mad. But so that was the mindset, and that was the wrong mindset. But that was the mindset. So I continued to create and start up businesses. And this is Prasom, and this is a typical example of what you should not do, and something I really, really learned, because this is telemarketing. And I had like 100 employees there. And my thought when I started Prasom, a telemarketing company, is that it's a fucking lot of money in telemarketing. This is something I can go rich on. And if I have that belief, and that's my drive, money, every time I did that, I fucked up. I fucked up really bad. And I put a lot of money into this. This is the same time I started traveling to Asia, where I was thinking like, I can start import office furniture and sell them in Norway, because it's so cheap in China, you can sell them for so much in Norway. So I was like multitasking, I can do so many businesses at one time, like my ego is up here, and everything is easy, but it's fucked up as well. And then I did something that was just for the right reason. Like I just follow my passion. Like this is something, I created this thing, this brand called Scandinavian Coffee House. So this is from the location in Ålesund, where we did like the flagship store. And then we had a location on Bleecker Street, New York. And then I signed partner the Ginza in Tokyo. And this was going to be great. And all the people I talked with, everyone, all the investors were like, oh, great, this is the best concept I have seen. We want to join. We want to be a part of this. And I accepted the investor. He came with the most money and the easiest money. And I knew he was like the perfect investor, but I was like, oh, fucking great, this is money. I'll take it, I'm gonna run with it. And even though it sounds like I blame the investor now, I don't. He was a part of the failure, but everything just went crumbling down. And but at least I got a mid-page in Dagens Næringsliv, which I'm pretty satisfied with. Especially then. So time went by. I fucked up my marriage, and I turned 30, and I wasn't a millionaire. So I had to commit to my commitment and cut my little finger off. So, what have I learned? What have I learned? Well, I have learned that you always need to follow your passion to create something great. But even though you follow your passion, it's not a clear deal. It's not like you're going to hit a home run every time. So when you do all the fuck-ups, it's not like you just realize, oh, this is what I need to do. You just find a new thing that you can't do. You just realize a new thing that you shouldn't do. And the other thing is this with the ID. People think they can own their ID. people think there's a reason you can't trademark your ID, is because it's never yours. So many people I talked to over the years, because I've been an entrepreneur 11 years, and they're like, oh, I have this great idea I want to discuss with you, Kim, but I can't tell you the ID. And well, what the fuck can I bring to the table if you don't tell me the ID? So the thing is that the ID is just something you have temporarily, and it's up to us. Now we have WeClean, it's home cleaning on demand. It's up to now to give it enough love and energy to make it grow, because we just borrow it. It's not our ID. It's never yours ID. It's about the people. It's like love. It's about the person that are willing to invest most of energy and love into it, and then it can grow. That's it. I love that you were so eager. Like.
I need to know about the finger. Did you do it yourself? Did you go to the hospital? How did you get rid of it?
Okay. So the finger. It's actually a lot of lecture on it. Like it's a lot of, you can read a lot about it, actually. Not about my finger, but by cutting off your finger in general. It's because it's actually a tradition called yubitsume, which is Japanese tradition. It's not Yakuza, it's from feudal Japan, where it's from the people that gave the most, because the tip of the little finger is a sword finger. So it controlled like 40% of the sword. So if you did that, it was the highest form of commitment you can show, in a way. So, and I didn't want to take any drugs to like lower the pain, because then what's the fucking point? So I needed to get a friend of mine actually to cut it off. Yeah.
With what? With an axe? How?
It was the knife that you just saw.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Whoa!
More questions for Kim?
Any more questions?
That's it.
How did the coffee shop fuck up? How did this happen?
Well, the thing is that we got an investor who wanted to invest 4 million NOK. And he stuffed the payments in 2.7. And then we had a lot of, and this was an investor located in Cyprus. Well, he invested through Cyprus, we're located in Portugal. So the thing is that we had like a lot of people in Norway who wanted to invest. This is actually how I met Ida, our next speaker. And there was really wanted to invest. And he stopped the payment on 2.7 million. So we was thinking, like, we talked to the Norwegian Scandinavian investors, and they're like, okay, probably we can give him back his 2.7, a couple of 100,000 K more. And he's like, no, I want 20 million NOK for his 50%. So then it was like 7 months for me back and forth to Cyprus, legal, lawyers, blah, blah, blah. And then after 7 months, I just said, because we couldn't go anywhere. So I just like, fuck it, you can get my shares for €1. And at first he was like, oh, you're trying to trick me, you're trying to play me. But I was like, I just gave up. But I started I have a coffee company now that's doing quite well. Yeah.
Are you going to cut off your other pinky if WeClean fails?
No. I learned. That's the thing with fuck-ups. You learn. But I had a really good friend. When I told him this like 5 years ago, that I'm going to cut off my finger if I haven't succeed what I think is succeeding when I'm 30. He said, if I'm not a billionaire again when I'm 50, I'm going to cut off my dick. I'm not going to tell his name, but maybe he's on this stage later. Yeah.
What's your proudest fuck-up?
Sorry?
What is your most proudest fuck-up? Which of them
Oh, shit.
you learn most of?
That's like a bittersweet question, because you're not proud of a fuck-up in a way. But
You get some experience about it.
yeah, like, okay, if I'm really honest, the
Question.
so what is the fuck-up that I'm most proud of? So that's like a bittersweet question, right? So, because it's not, the one thing I fucked up that I've grown the most on as a person, which is, I think is a really important thing you have to grow to as a person if you want to become a better entrepreneur, is probably my marriage. Because then I realized that who I am, what I really fuck up, like how to treat other people and so on. Yeah. Anything more? Yeah.
How did the telemarketing company fuck up?
So the telemarketing company fucked up in the way that because if you look at the number of telemarketing company, they make really great money, many of them. And then I thought it was just buying the equipment, getting employees, and that was it. So it fucked up totally only because of me. Because you need someone telemarketing is easy, like every business is easy if you have someone that are really passionate. So if I were a passionate salesman on the phone and were like, led with a great example, then the person would probably be a great success. Instead, didn't do that at all, and it just imploded.
Have you ever pivoted any of your ideas?
Pivot in what way?
Pivoting is realizing, oh, this is going wrong, so I change it to...
Oh. No, that's probably why I have so many fuck-ups.
What about weekly? What
Yeah.
is the situation?
So the weekly situation is really great now. We started I was settling in Mesh last week of September. We started programming in first week of October, higher guns. We launched the MVP in 1st of December. And we attracted investors from the first day. And I did it all the hard way. I started driving Uber, so I could have some kind of income when I worked on it. But the police took my license plate 1st of December, the day we launched. So that was another fuck up. So what the fuck should I do then? So we attracted a lot of investors, but I said no to a lot of investors. It's a couple of reasons for it, because I don't feel it's responsible to accept investors' money at that time. Now it is. Now we are going to sign and close the deal, and we talk with a lot of investors. But it's really important to have the right kind of investors, because we want to grow something great.
The second question is how is it possible that you fucked up many times and you still can find the founders for your business idea? What is the secret of it?
Can you repeat the question again?
Yeah, so I fucked up so many times, so you think it's strange that people will work with me? Yeah, in a way.
Investing in your ideas.
Yeah, so for some reason, every time I always had people engage in my ideas. I think it's because in the beginning it was because I have a super ego. Now my ego is a little bit more crumble, but I have like the vision, and now I don't give a fuck. And it's all about, I talked about this with my team earlier today, like if you dream big, you have to also talk big. Because so many people I talk with dream big and they talk small, and that don't attract people. Yeah, self-confidence. People don't want to join you if you say we have weekly and we have this great vision, but we're going to be the best in Oslo and nothing more. Because we're going to go global, we're going to be big, and we need to communicate that so people understand it, and that will attract people. I think that's really important. Yeah.
So I read an article that you clean at WeClean yourself.
Yeah.
Do you do this with all your startups? Like, are you a barista at your?
No, that's a really good question, because I think that's.
Can you repeat the question again?
Yeah. So the guy here, he read an article that I cleaned myself, and he asked if I'd done that with all my startups, like be involved hands-on. And this is something, I think that's a really great question, because it's really, really important for me. Because it's like, because the more you fuck up, the more you just tear down your ego. And then you become truer to yourself and just be yourself in a way. And it's about doing the things that you know is right. When you start a weekly marketplace, like cleaning marketplace, you should go and clean yourself. You just know it, Same when I start a coffee business, you should make the coffee yourself. But I didn't do that then. But now it's it's just a natural thing. It's not only to know the product, but it's about respect for the other people who deliver cleaning. Also, all the people I hire in now, in administration, if you're a CFO or a CTO or whatever, I tell them you need to clean. If you're too cool to clean, you're too cool for us. And that's our slogan in a way.